guys, it's Casey Sauce and it's here, and today I'm filming a day in the life. I'm straight away, don't mind my spelling, I was typing it very quickly. So I go to this back stable. I do eventually change stables because I got disconnected from the server, so don't mind that. First thing I did was make Honey's feed and then walk into a wall. If you don't know who Honey is my Halfling mare, and I've had her for quite a long time. I do use her as mainly a lesson horses for when I'm teaching people, private lessons, but she's just really safe. Okay, next thing I did was do some cleaning, which was quite boring, but Honey needed to eat her food before I took her out. Then I took her out, and this is where stuff went wrong. As you can see here, I was sitting here minding my own business when this random person just came up and started hopping on Honey, and I was like, please can you get off my horse? And then another person come and she was like, no, I'm not getting off your horse. I ended up despawning Honey because she was riding her. They were just being very rude, and I have heard like some stuff about Strider that apparently it's having more bullying on. Yeah, there is. I personally only had it twice. Once now, and once when someone was just following us, being very annoying, but like, it's not bullying that much, but at this point they weren't saying horrible stuff, they were just trying to wind me out, kind of, which definitely was working because I definitely got a bit annoyed as I was trying to just mind my own business and film a video. Yeah, and then they continued to follow me. I didn't know what I've done. Thought maybe I've done something to make them do that, but it seems like I didn't because I only got a stable and walked my horse out going to the field. So yeah, as you can see, I was typing to them, no one was responding, and they just continued to follow me. And no, I have not blocked their names, because if you would like to bully people and be mean to people, then there's no way that I'm going to blur your name because you have been mean to me. I will then tell people that you have been mean to me. Personally, if I did that to someone, I would expect them to not blur my name. I wouldn't do that to someone. I was just minding my own business and they decided to just be a bit annoying and rude. So, and they said that they didn't speak English, which they had before. These are their names, it's a bit blurry. Anyway, then they got bored, left me alone, so I finally was able to continue. Okay, here I am mucking out Honey's stall. After I mucked Honey's stall out, I declutted the place because it was very messy, and then got her tacked up. I love putting quarter sheets, I think they're called, on my horses because it keeps them warm and it looks cool. Yeah, he looks very cute. And I was going to put an ear bonnet on, but I hate that their forelocks come out the ear bonnet, but then it also looks weird if I don't have their forelock. So, and I really wish that Strideway would change their whipping animation, because that's not how you whip a horse. You're actually supposed to touch the horse with the whip. It's supposed to be an extension of your arm. So, I really wish it had changed that. Then here is a time lapse of me quickly warming Honey up. I don't know if anyone else has this glitch, but in some corners I go really slow even though I stay in canter gallop or something. It's just a glitch I have, so I ended up cutting all the corners. That's the reason I cut the corners, by the way. So then I took her quarter sheet off and we did some jumping. You might be able to see Ella over there. She's on her pony black. Big shout out to Ella. I've been playing with her a lot recently. She watches the channel, so hopefully she'll see this. If you do see this, Ella, thank you. Ella was a big help in today, as you will see later in the video. So I took Honey over jumping and she just did not feel herself. Especially coming up to this yellow jump, as you'll see. She did have a little refusal, which is not like Honey because she doesn't normally refuse. She's a very forward-going and jump anything type horse. And then again, she tried to jump, like didn't quite jump it. Then got over it. Again, she just still didn't feel like herself. I took her around some more just to make sure that I wasn't like overreacting, since horses can have their off days, and she did jump some of them quite well. She just got a bit wobbly over on that last one, and then I had a little single of Ella jumping, they did very well, and I took her back round to the yellow jump, and she jumped it, but again she just really didn't feel herself. So the next part is where it went wrong again. I then took Honey to the vet because maybe she had something on her shoes. It could be anything, so I just went and checked to make sure that it wasn't anything wrong. It's better to check than not to. I then talked to the vet, June, yeah, as you can see in one moment, the price, there was definitely something wrong with Honey. She had a slightly inflamed leg, which wasn't that bad. All she needed was a bit of medicine in her feed and a nice ice boot on every night. I then continued to tell Ella, but I told her the wrong number on accident. Me and Ella then walked back. I could still ride her, but obviously like no galloping, no jumping, anything, just a nice little walk and trot. Ella was very kind and helped me put her ice boots on while I went and did her medicine in her feed, and then here's a little picture of her. She wasn't in pain or anything, it was just like a little tingle in her leg. When you get pins and needles, it just felt like that bad, which is pretty good. She wasn't in pain. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!